You good?
Yep.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the regularly scheduled public meeting of May 19, 2025 of the Township Council of the Township of Washington. Adequate notice of this meeting was given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act by the Township Clerk to at least 2 newspapers in December, and this meeting has been posted on the Township Bulletin Board, electronic message board, WCTV, and on the Township website. Please notify the municipal clerk for any disability requirements necessary for attendance at Township Council meetings. The fire exits are located through the double doors to your right and through the door on your left. Please silence all cell phones. If you are unable to attend the council meeting in person and would like a topic to be addressed at a council meeting, please visit www.twpofwashington.us. Contact Us tab. Click on Mayor and Council. Send email to contact all council members at once. Could everyone please stand for a salute to the flag? I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Councilman Casio.
Here.
Councilman Sears.
Here.
Councilman Oman. Councilwoman Velez.
Here.
Council President DeSena.
Here. Let the record reflect also in attendance Mayor Peter Calamari, Township Administrator Mark DiCarlo, Township Attorney Siobhan Bailey, and Township Clerk Susan Witkowski. Via Zoom, CMFO John Corcoran, and possibly, if required, people from Acacia Financial for Resolution 25-235. Is that correct, Ms. Witkowski?
Yeah, Mr. Binder from Hawkins, Delafield, our bond counsel.
Yes.
But yes,
Payment of bills, resolution number 25-234, authorized payment of bills May 5th, 2025 to May 15th, 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Casio.
Yes.
Councilman Sears.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Public service announcement for May 19, 2025. The primary election has been changed. Please note that the primary election will now be held Tuesday, June 10th. All voting takes place at Town Hall. Hours are 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Late night voter registration is Tuesday, 5/20/25. Clerk's office will be open until 9 p.m. The Township of Washington is launching its third round of our Hometown Heroes banner program as a living tribute for our community to honor past and present members of the armed forces. Please visit our website for further information. Scout Troop 321B and 321G and Cub Pack 228 will be giving out American flags along with VFW Post 6192 on May 20th and 21st, 5 to 7 p.m. in front of Town Hall in the Circle on Pascack Road. The Township Memorial Day Parade will be held on Monday, May 26th at 10 a.m. The parade will assemble at the corner of Washington and Clinton Avenue, proceed to Pascack Road, and march drive to the Washington Memorial Monument located at the front of Town Hall. The memorial service will begin at the conclusion of the parade. To ensure the safety of all our veterans, we are looking for extra convertible cars this year to help transport them individually for our Memorial Day Parade. If you can help, please email publicaffairs@twpofwashington.us. The New Jersey Motor Vehicle Commission Inspection Unit held an event on Thursday, May 15th at Bethany with 18 vehicles being inspected. The New Jersey Motor Vehicle Commission Mobile Unit will be at the Bethany Community Center on Monday, June 2nd from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Appointments are fully booked, but appointments are not necessary for the following: surrendering of license plates, handicapped veterans or Purple Heart placards, purchase of red GDL decals. Township offices will be closed Monday on Memorial Day, May 26th. The Kiwanis Club of Pascack Valley meets on the second Wednesday of each month at 6:30 at the Westwood Community Center. If anyone would like any more information, please contact Paul Ralph Cardulli at 516-581-8319 or pascackvalleykiwanis@gmail.com. Our next council meeting will be held on Monday, June 2nd, 2025 at 7 p.m. Approval of minutes, none. Report of the administrator.
Good evening, Council President. Very quickly, the last meeting during conference agenda, Council had requested administration to provide the bid specs, the most recent ones we did for garbage. I appreciate Ms. Witkowski, I think, sending the council out the following morning. And then there was just a question that came up about the potential to get future grants at the property of 450 Pascack and or Memorial Field because they are next to each other. And I spoke to our grant writer, and he does not feel that those properties being next to each other will negatively impact us acquiring any future grants. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. DeCarlo. Two quick things for if okay, just to suspend. Mr. DeCarlo, can we look into what avenue we have? I guess Mrs. Bailey will be required. We'll need the mayor's permission. But what avenues do we have on going after our environmental? A lot of residents are concerned that the environmental assessment done at the swim club didn't render the PCBs being part of it. The phase 1 and the phase 2. They weren't picked up during the phase 1 and the phase 2. So a lot of residents are, have been saying, well, don't they have an insurance policy or something? Like when you get a title on your house, if they miss something, they got to be covered, right? There's got to be some liability on the phase 1 and phase 2. I know it's more of a legal question, not an administrator question, but we have the attorney look into what our avenues are.
So I have made a claim with our insurance company, our Jeff. And I'd have to look back at my notes, but when I was putting everything together, I would anticipated that, being a concern, and or did someone miss and we could hold someone else responsible. And from what I remember, there wasn't an expectation to find those hazards in a phase 1 and a phase 2. And I think the phase 2 was just a minimal historic soil check, and the phase 1 was very minimal. But again, to say in a very formal manner, I'd have to just look back at my notes. But
We maybe have, Ms. Bailey maybe prepare a little summary of what our avenues could be, or if they're already not there anymore because we signed some document and gave the liability away, or, because I have a lot of residents that are saying, hey, if when you buy a house, they don't find the oil tank and somebody's liable for it if they don't find
Yeah, I understand.
So same thing here, like why aren't they responsible? We did a full phase 1 and a full phase 2, and here we are with all these PCBs.
The issue I have doing that is I represented the seller of this property.
Oh, okay.
So if the council is going to go in that direction, we would have to hire outside counsel to do that type of investigation or some other party.
We'll discuss it between now and the next meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, if we can, Mr. Mayor. I think we owe I've gotten several emails and several phone calls about it, and I think we owe the residents at least a brief description of, hey, we are, like Mr. DeCarlo just said, we are going after, looking into insurance company maybe picking up some of the tab and, whatever it may be.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Under mayor's appointments, bonding attorney Robert Beinfeld, Esquire, Hawkins, Delafield and Wood, LLP, and special labor counsel Raymond Wiss, Esquire, Wiss and Borgi, PC. Mr. Mayor, you have a...
Yes, good evening, council members. Please be advised that having received the recommendation and endorsement for the appointments of the following people from the Director of Law, I am hereby appointing the appointment of the following people to the offices also listed below. First one, Special Labor Counsel, Raymond R. Wiss, Esquire of Wiss Law, PC, and that office position is Labor Counsel. And second one is Robert Beinfeld, Esquire of Hawkins, Delafield and Wood, LLP, Bond Counsel. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Sure.
General public comment, limit to 5 minutes. Motion to open the public comment period.
so moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Would anyone else, seeing no one in the audience, motion to close the public comment period?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ordinances, adoption, second reading. Ordinance number 25-10. Bond ordinance appropriating $2,352,000 and authorizing the issuance of $2,239,000 of bonds or notes of the township for various improvements or purposes authorized to be undertaken by the Township of Washington and the County of Bergen, New Jersey. Resolution number 25-229, authorizing second reading and opening a public hearing for ordinance number 25-10. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Would anyone in the audience like to address this ordinance? Seeing no one, motion to close the public hearing for ordinance 25-10.
So moved.
Second.
Roll.
You didn't do a roll call to open.
Oh, yeah?
No, you did motion a second, then you
Oh,
just
because it's
said,
cut the way it got. Okay,
Yeah, sorry.
I go back. All right.
you just go back to the motion, the second motion
Yep.
by Councilman Cassio.
So it's-
second by Councilman
yep, roll call.
Velez. Councilman Cassio.
Yes.
Councilman Sears.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes.
Thank you, sorry.
Seeing no one in the audience, unless Mr. Byrne, no. Motion to close the public hearing for ordinance 25-10.
So move.
Second?
Roll call.
Councilman Cassio.
Yes.
Councilman Sears.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Motion to adopt ordinance number 25-10 at second reading by title.
So move.
Second?
Roll call.
Councilman Cassio.
Yes.
Councilman Sears.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Ordinance number 25-11, an ordinance by the mayor and council repealing and replacing chapter 244 flood hazard areas of the ordinances of the Township of Washington and adopting the following floodplain management regulations as chapter 244, sections 101 to 1001, and further amending chapter 244 to adopt the flood hazard maps, to designate a floodplain administrator and providing for severability and an effective date. Resolution number 25-230, authorizing second reading and opening a public hearing for ordinance 25-11. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Cassio.
Yes.
Councilman Sears.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Would anybody like to come up and address this ordinance? Seeing no one, motion to close public hearing for ordinance 25-11.
So move.
Second?
Roll call.
Councilman Cassio.
Yes.
Councilman Sears.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Motion to adopt ordinance number 25-11 at second reading by title.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Councilman Cassio.
Yes.
Councilman Sears.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Introduction, first reading, ordinance number 25-12. An ordinance amending chapter 223, article 3, entitled Parking, Standing, and Stopping, and chapters 223, article 4, entitled Emergency Regulations of the Ordinance of the Township of Washington. Motion to introduce and pass ordinance number 25-12 at first reading by title.
So move.
I'll second. Roll call.
Councilman Cassio.
Yes.
Councilman Sears.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Resolution number 25-231, authorizing publication of ordinance number 25-12 and scheduling a public hearing. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second?
Roll call.
Councilman Cassio.
Yes.
Councilman Sears.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Ordinance number 25-13, an ordinance amending chapter 307 entitled Noise of the Ordinances of the Township of Washington. Motion to introduce and pass ordinance number 25-13 at first reading by title.
So moved.
I'll second it. Discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Cassio.
Yes.
Councilman Sears.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Resolution number 25-232, authorizing publication of ordinance number 25-13 and scheduling a public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
I'll second it, or Mr. Cassio did. Roll call.
Councilman Cassio.
Yes.
Councilman Sears.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Ordinance number 25-14, an ordinance amending chapter 407 of the ordinances of the Township of Washington entitled Snow and Ice Removal. Motion to introduce and pass ordinance number 25-14 at first reading by title.
So moved.
I'll second it. Roll call.
Councilman Cassio.
Yes.
Councilman Sears.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Resolution number 25-233, authorizing publication of ordinance number 25-14 and scheduling a public hearing. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Cassio.
Yes.
Councilman Sears.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Resolutions and consent agenda. The following items have been determined to have the unanimous consent of council and will be enacted in one motion. Should any item require independent consideration, any council member may have such item removed from the consent agenda. Would anybody like any of the items removed at this time? Seeing none, resolution number 25-235, authorize the issuance of not exceeding $9,920,189 in bond anticipation notes. Resolution number 25-236, authorize refund of overpayment of Q2 2025 property taxes to CoreLogic on various blocks and lots in the amount of not to exceed $17,299.07. Resolution number 25-237, authorize refund of performance guarantee and engineering escrow, block 1401, lot 1.03, in the amount of not to exceed $6,305. Motion to approve consent agenda resolutions.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Casio.
Yes.
Councilman Sears.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Motion to adjourn to conference agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next special meeting of the Township Council will be on June 2nd, 2025, beginning at 7 p.m. Sign up for Nixle, text 07676 to 888-777, key code TWP Bergen. Thank you.
Mike, your microphone's overheating.
I know. I'm trying to get Ms. Velez out of here. Not all of us too, but she's got a special engagement. It's not anything personal. She has a special engagement she's trying to make. And I'm trying to get her there early so she doesn't miss it. It's a special day.
Thank you.
Under conference agenda, we have administration, uncontrolled intersections, police department. Chief Calamari and Lieutenant Clark will be here. They've just arrived. Mr. Mayor, if you'd like to take this one, please.
I believe they're just here to answer questions about the stop signs that they are proposing.
How
But
many,
you guys correct me if I'm wrong.
yeah,
Correct.
how many more do we need after this round, or is this pretty much all of them?
Right now, from the list that we have, give or take a couple, we're looking at about 68 total uncontrolled intersections.
We're taking care of now, but how many are
Yes.
left after that? Do we know?
That is it. That is the
So
total
that's,
for the town.
so like the little ones like at Beach and
This
Cross and all
even
this?
includes Halsey at Cleveland.
Oh, wow, okay, so
So-
they're all on there.
They're all, this is, as
I
far
was
as
just
we
curious
know.
if there was any left, because I know when we did this last time, we said there would always be more, but
No,
this
we-
takes care of pretty much all of them.
Exactly. We're looking at about 50, if you use Pascack Road as the line, you're looking at about 50 on the east side of town and about 18 on the west side of town.
Okay.
You're saying they're uncontrolled. Technically, they're not controlled. They're controlled intersections. They're just not signed, correct? Because if you look at your driver's manual, when you have when you're coming to an intersection, a T intersection, right, that has no signage, people should know the right of way. So
Correct.
it's not like we have a free for all.
Well, on Beach Street, we have a free-for-all every day, so I don't know where, I know you live on Beach Street also. So does Mr. Sears, so I deal with this free-for-all every day, so I don't know what free-for-all.
But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it technically doesn't exist. It's just not signed.
Correct.
Okay, so I don't want the community to not understand that there is.
Yeah, you're not off the hook if there's no sign.
Right, so,
Council
yeah.
President, may I?
Yes.
Chief, is there any reason why we cannot have a four-way stop sign at a intersection? Is there any reason
I'll
why?
refer that to the lieutenant. He's more familiar
It
with
does
the-
control the traffic. It
Where
does
would you want a
control.
four-way, Mr. Sears?
Huh?
Where would you want a four-way?
There's one on Manhattan and Ridgewood Boulevard North.
It is a
Here on the
four-way, you
corner.
said?
It's not a four-way, it's a two-way.
Oh,
Stop
you'd like to make it a four-way?
Four. Is there a reason why we can't have that there?
There's-
Because it was addressed to me, and I figured, let me address it to you to have it explained.
So if you go by the recommendations of the Manual for Uniform Traffic Control Devices, which is put out by the FHA, the Federal Highway Administration, that basically defines the signage for a national standard.
Yep.
I do actually best practice. There is nothing against the law about a four-way stop, but what they do is there are certain recommendations of what causes it. Usually they don't like to recommend it if there are any differences in roadways. I'll use example of Pascack Road at Ridgewood Boulevard East. Obviously, Pascack Road has a much higher traffic volume than Ridgewood Boulevard East. They usually recommend putting a stop sign only at the lower volume traffic street, which would be Ridgewood Boulevard East, for obvious reasons at that point.
And typally you'd want them at the same speed limit also, which
That is correct.
It's two different speed
Engineering-wise,
limits, so,
correct.
yeah, so.
I actually had a couple notes on that as well. Different approach volumes on there. They actually did studies. They say that actually causes it to be less effective. for the obvious
people
reasons
are
that you just said. They do want certain, to warrant it, they want a 4-leg intersection with 5 or more reported crashes in a 12-month period, which obviously I can tell you right now off the top of my head that we haven't had probably any at that intersection really this year, maybe 1 or 2. And then they want that within like a 6 or more reported crashes in a 36-month period. So it does have an effect, but not a lot of times the effect that they are requesting or hoping for. A lot of times they also do not want a street with higher volume to have stop in the middle of it. They don't ever want a stop sign to be used for stop or yield purposes. So on Ridgewood Boulevard North, at that point, you would be traveling, which is technically a through street at that point. You would have to stop there with another intersection, and that's where they don't want it. They don't want the people to
Thank you.
have to stop in the middle of a roadway. Pascack Road, you would never, I use that as an example because that's a county road and it's high volume. You wouldn't expect to stop at a stop sign versus a major intersection will be traffic light or something like that. Obviously, we can't put traffic lights everywhere in town. That would be not cost effective.
I have another question, but it's not on this topic. May I ask?
Go ahead.
Absolutely.
On Van Amberg Avenue, Fillmore, where they're doing the construction,
The overlook project?
the trailer, the dump trucks are literally parking on the incoming lane. So if you're on Fillmore, the trucks are actually they're parking the dump trucks as you're facing the traffic. They're not parking, going where the traffic is going, and they got a lot of cars on the side. So I was up there the other day, and I could not see a car coming out Fillmore because the big dump truck is parked right there, and it's facing the oncoming traffic. Is there a rule or a law or something that we can tell them they can't do that? Because it is very
We
dangerous.
spoke to them during the pre-construction meetings. They are not supposed to be parking on the roadway.
Well, they're
It's
there.
just where it's off the roadway there. I'll have to send a patrol officer up there, look if they are in violation.
These
And
are
if it's
big
site
dump
obstruction-
trucks that
If it's
are.
site obstruction, we'll definitely take care of that.
If you just pass Fillmore where that little open space is, the trucks are literally parked that way facing oncoming traffic. And I couldn't see a car that's coming out of Fillmore. And, I had to get in the other lane because he couldn't see me coming either. Thank you.
Absolutely. We'll discuss them, make sure they park the right direction, and also if it's a site obstruction.
Thank you. Thank you,
We'll make the
Lieutenant.
guys
Thank you.
ready.
Any other discussion?
Yeah, I had one question. And Tom just reminded me of this. A few residents have asked me, is there any way we can get more crosswalks across Ridgewood Road in Washington where they are? There's only right now 2 on Ridgewood Road, and there's only 2 or 3 on Washington.
With the crossings.
Yeah, with the stripe,
And
yeah,
we've had that
stripe.
also issue on Beach Street by Cross.
Right.
The issue with crosswalks is the fact that it has to be ADA compliant. So they have to have the cutouts.
Right.
The county, and it's a county road, they will not put a crosswalk anywhere where there's not cutouts to do that.
But if there's a cutout,
If there is cutouts, I can speak to the.
Can you
Whereabouts, what exactly?
a couple on Washington and on Ridgewood. Because people say, I got to go all the way down to Westwood to go across the street, right? Or they have to go to the high school, right?
As long as it's cut out and has
Yeah.
the ADA compliant cutouts.
And they have to be
They
parallel
could-
to each
I'll
other,
speak to
correct?
the county and they could tell me no, but I will definitely
No,
address it.
if they say no, they say no.
Also, Lieutenant Clark, the 25-mile-an-hour school sign on Washington, I guess the wind blew it sideways. So it's facing it's not facing the direction of
Got
traffic.
twisted?
It
Okay,
got twisted, so I guess maybe the DPW will have to go out there. and fix
absolutely,
that.
that's an easy fix.
Anything else, ladies and gentlemen?
No, thank you. Thank
All
you.
right, so I'm okay with putting this on for the next meeting if everybody's okay, right? You
Yeah.
guys will need an ordinance, we need to pass an ordinance, correct?
Lieutenant, can I get in touch with you about translating your list with the information we need to
Absolutely.
add this to the
Yeah,
ordinance?
anytime, fine.
So I'm okay with putting us on once Mrs. Bailey receives the information she needs. Is everybody all right with that?
Definitely.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Miscellaneous, June 23rd, special meeting, HE and FSP availability.
So it's going to be Ms. Bailey and myself, me for scheduling, and her with maybe a better explanation of what we had.
What's going on?
With Mr. Burgess.
We have to pass that ordinance, right? This is for that, the ordinance we have to pass for the,
I'm sorry, I was
The
still,
housing?
I was still
for the housing,
thinking.
Yeah.
for affordable housing, right? And so we have to pass that ordinance.
Yes, and the planning board has to first discuss it
Yeah.
this week and then schedule a public hearing. And then the council adopts the, resolution endorsing it. So the question is, I don't think we have enough time to do it at the June 16th meeting, so I think we need to go have a special meeting. If I understand that correctly? So we need to come up with a special meeting date?
Yeah, we wanted to see if everybody was available on June 23rd for a very
Little
quick
meeting.
meeting to.
I had that date as already a council meeting.
I had that
No,
date too.
That was the original date until the election changed, and then we moved everything back
Okay,
up to.
so
what was
I'm
going
available.
on.
I had it.
Why don't we just cancel the regular,
Why don't we move
Cancel
the regular meeting and move it to
The 23rd.
and move it to the 23rd. Cancel the 16th meeting and move it to the 23rd. Everybody okay with that?
You want to do that?
Yeah.
I'm
that's
okay
easy.
with it.
I'm good.
Everybody all right?
You
Mr.
okay
Mayor,
with
you all right, Mr. DePaul?
All right with that? Okay.
All right, so we'll cancel the 16th meeting and move to the 23rd. Okay. Resolution number 25-238, potential property acquisition update. The Township Council anticipates not coming out of closed session. Motion to enter into closed session.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr.